So it seems some of the members of the Azovstal that have surrendered, they've taken some pictures of their tattoos. The Russians have taken pictures of the Ukrainian Azovstal defender tattoos. So now, what do we have? We have a picture on the screen here, as you can see right there. We start getting into some symbology attached to the key. I'm not sure exactly what that means, if Nazism is the key or white supremacy is the key. I'm not sure. And then, okay, over here we can see on his elbow, there's a, well, that's a swastika. There's no way around that. And, well, as you can see, he's tatted up. So now that we can no longer say, oh, well, the Nazis aren't there, now what? That's the question, is where does the loyalty go from there, right? They were just fighting for your country. Do we really expect Zelensky or whoever else to really turn their back on these people because they're Nazis, right? What about the ex-communist party? What about all the death that the Communist Party left? Who gets to pay for that in Russia? Huh? What about all the KGB officials that were responsible for all of the torture? What about all the gulags? Who pays for that? I don't hear them coming down on people for that, right? It's a Western tradition to self-immolate, to look back on one's deeds. What is Pink Floyd said, holding on in quiet desperation is the English way. It's Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism, the ability to self-reflect and say, hey, maybe I shouldn't have done that, right? They don't have this in eastward-facing countries. Whatever they did is what they did, because whatever Mao did is what Mao needed to do. Whatever Stalin did was what Stalin needed to do for Russia at the time, right? Be damned if 10 million people starved to death, or 6 million Ukrainians. You think the Ukrainians have forgot about the 6 million of them that were starved to death in the 1930s? Because of communist Russian incompetence? I doubt it. They still hearken to the Cossacks, right? The Cossacks were killed, imprisoned and killed by the, the Ukrainians will not turn their back on the Azov regiment, nor should they, nor should anybody, whenever somebody lays down their life next to you. You don't turn your back on that and say, oh, well, now that's like this cancel culture nonsense. You see these people, they've been friends with people for years, Seth Rogen and James Franco, right? Oh, they've been friends for years. That's your buddy. Oh, that's my friend. And then somebody's like, hey, he's a pervert. Oh, you didn't know he was a pervert? What? You knew he was a pervert. It's like you guys knew Weinstein was a pervert. It's stupid. It's the same type of thing. Don't turn your back on people who are there for you. Yeah, so what? He's got a swastika on him. I bet his mom loves him. I bet his kids love him. I don't know. But the Russians aren't on to nothing when they say the Nazis are there. The Nazis are there. But I don't see that the Russians are any less to blame for anything disgusting. They got just as many. The communism has killed more people, right? Communism has killed more people, and this is an extension of that. Putin seems to be more bent on the Russian supremacy, but this is the same thing. Russia's racist as hell. It used to be a designation. 20 years ago, it was a designation on your identification card in Russia. White Russian, Great Russian. This meant that you were white. You were actually Russian. You weren't from the Caucasus, a black Russian, right? A dark Russian. I know that. They're not blameless in any of this. Rocky Mountain oyster sauce. Bye.
can feel them coming for me, yeah. I think I'm in too deep. I can't fall asleep in the streets because they're coming for me, yeah. I think I'm in too deep. Knee deep in the bullshit, Nina with a full clip. Why always coming from someone?